right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time for a brand new episode of TightSpots Lounge. That's right, Nakattack and TightSpot are back. Yes, we are back, and we are ready to rumble. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is WrestleMania week. I didn't plan on doing this episode on WrestleMania week. This was supposed to be a birthday episode, but Nakattack and I were under the weather. We had technical difficulties, and just a shit ton of fucking garbage going on in our lives. And so, what better way to talk about a movie that's about wrestling during the Super Bowl week of wrestling, known as WrestleMania week, as it is going on about an hour and a half away from Nakattack's house in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the collective is going on there as well in Penn's Landing, which I just got to watch Effie lose, unfortunately, in an I Quit match to Mance Warner, and also got to see a little person, Micro Man, wrestle in a ladder match, which was fantastic as well. If you guys have not watched any of the
Micro Man, I love that name.
Dude, Micro Man is great. Okay, so I need to give you my Triller Plus stuff, my password and stuff, so you can watch the ladder match and be like, wow, this was great. But yeah, so they're all doing a big show tonight called Joey Janela's Spring Break. And then tomorrow morning, I'll be covering here on Twitch the one, the only Effie's Big Gay Brunch. So if you're not here for that, be here at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern for that. But here tonight, we're going to do a lot of things. We're going to have a promo battle between myself and Nakattack. Nakattack is the current TSCW AEW Heavyweight Champion in our E-Fed. Well, my E-Fed. Nakattack really has nothing to do about it, but I made him a character in there. What the hell? Oh shit! What the hell happened here? I'm having issues. Shit! No! What the hell? Don't switch. What the? Okay. Hold on. My camera just froze on me. What a way to go! It froze on me, and it should have. But we are here. That's the first time that I've had webcam issues. But I'm glad that you guys are all here. And hold on. Don't switch device. What the hell's going on with me in my stream? My webcam froze. No, it's so weird. Okay, hold on. Let me just go back to the regular one. Shit, fuck it, whatever. Let me just do this. Hello, I'm back. All right, we're back to the old camera. I don't know what happened to the OBS bot camera, but we are back, and yeah, we have a big show lined up, guys. We have a promo battle between Nakattack and myself. Nakattack has graciously came up with the question where if there was a sequel to Ready to Rumble, what would be our sequels? We'll talk about that. Also, I know Nakattack really isn't into wrestling much, but I will get his thoughts on WrestleMania 40 because why the hell not?
I just can't watch it. It's just don't have time.
Yeah, he doesn't have time. He doesn't have Peacock. And he doesn't have time, but we'll get his thoughts on that as well tonight. And yeah, so in a very large episode of TightSpots Lounge here tonight. So first, let's go with this, Nakattack. How was your week? How you been? Any new music? I know there's a lot of new gaming in your life. But what else is going on? Anything else? Anything fun? Go ahead and talk about it real quick.
Oh god. Well, I don't have the box with me, but I got the new Marvel Champions big box expansion, the Age of Apocalypse, which comes with Bishop and Magic, and Apocalypse is the big boss in that campaign. It's still an awesome game. I highly recommend picking up Marvel Champions if you want a solo card game or a co-op card game.
That's awesome.
And if you like Marvel, it's just icing on the cake.
Nice. I do love Marvel. I don't have the games, but I know you've been collecting those for a while. So keep on doing that, and you know, keep on making Marvel Champions a game, and I know you also play Marvel Snap. For anyone who plays Marvel Snap, Nakattack is
Oh
brutally.
yeah, I just got Red Hulk, who they just released, and my deck with him is awesome.
He's killing
If
it.
you can get him out on if you can get him in your opening hand, like he can come out with like 30 power. It's
Wow,
insane.
wow. I just
I like to have a deck with him, Electro, so I can ramp, and then I'll play Red Hog, and then if I can get Taskmaster out, it's just an instant win.
well, that's good. I haven't played it in a while. I haven't really played it since I left 2K last year. Um, so I'm glad that you're enjoying that. And I know our listeners are probably enjoying it as well if they play it on a regular basis.
I'm still trying to get a Nihilist. I have Selene, like I have all the ingredients for a good junk deck, but I need a Nihilist to complete it.
Oh.
And it's hard to get the Series 4 and 5 cards that you specifically want because you just got to wait for them to randomly show up in the Spotlight cache.
Oh no. Yeah, that's
fine. I mean, first world problems, but
yeah, first world problems of a mobile game. But yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, you guys saw that I went to Danny Stevens last week for my birthday. That's why we didn't do the show then. And then the previous week, we just had some technical difficulties, and we just decided to call it there because of sleep and just.
I feel like that camera's like right on top of me. I'm just trying to
aggravation.
Back it up just a hair.
It works now. He had some technical difficulties on his camera, but we fixed it.
Yeah.
Well, he fixed it.
I got some good lighting this week. It doesn't look like I'm in the dark.
Yeah, I'm in the dark right now. I don't know. I don't know why because my other
swapped.
Yeah, well, my camera stopped working for some reason, so it froze. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go back to the computer camera. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the whole thing. Just life, but we're here, and I'm glad that you guys are all here who are watching on the YouTube and on the Twitch. So, and
the reason we started a little late is because I was playing Sea of Stars and lost track of time.
Yeah, he was playing video games. I was like, I had to call him. I'm like, Nakattack, where are you? He's like, oh, what time is it? Oh, I'm like, yeah, it's 7:00. He's like, oh, so. It's all good though.
Luckily, I was like right at a save point, so I was able to just finish up the little battle I was in and save.
Yeah, it's all good though. We're here. We're kicking ass and taking names, and we would love to have your guys' input on this episode if you guys are listening in right now on the Twitch or the YouTube. So the movie, okay, for everyone who's just tuning in for the first time, the movie that we chose this time was my birthday month selection, which was Ready to Rumble, starring Scott Conn and David Arquette, and a myriad of other people, Oliver Platt, DDP,
Allen.
Well, yeah, so many. Yeah, Scott Hall. Wait, Scott Hall wasn't in it. No, Scott Hall wasn't in it. Goldberg, Perry Saturn, Mr. Perfect. It's like
a lot of who's who of wrestlers from late '90s, early aughts.
Yes, that is correct. And it was a movie that, when growing up for both of us, it definitely latched onto us because it was a wrestling movie. You didn't have many of those. You had the Hulk Hogans of the world doing, Mr. Mom and Suburban Commando, but you didn't have a movie that directly connected to the fans, so to say, in a sense where we are who they were in that movie. In a sense, with being a wrestling fan, going to the shows, being supportive of wrestlers on a higher level. And I know Nakattack and I used to do that. We used to go to Groundbreaking Wrestling in Hanover. We went to a pay-per-view in 2003. We both have chairs from that event, from Unforgiven 2003. So we go back. Nakattack and I go back into the wrestling world on a lot. Brag. You got the chair. You got the chair right there, baby. You got Soul Calibur presents Unforgiven 2003, the main event, which was Triple H and Bill Goldberg for the heavyweight championship. We also saw Test versus.
Say, 20 years on, that chair's still holding up very well.
Yeah, mine's in my bedroom back home, so I wish I could have brought it out here. I'm still trying to buy one from somebody else from like another pay-per-view or something because they're pretty
I
awesome
know
chairs.
your cousin that with us. He's like, mine's still in the wrapping. I'm like, dude, it's a chair. Just use it.
Yeah, his isn't.
It's like it's not like from WrestleMania or something. It's just from some random pay-per-view.
He was actually
that
supposed
no one
to go.
remembers nowadays.
He was actually supposed to go to WrestleMania, but it fell through. So unfortunately, he's going to be watching it at home. And I'm hoping when they announce WrestleMania this year, for next year, I hope it's in Vegas, and I hope I get to go, because that's on my bucket list. Going to a WrestleMania.
Okay, last time they were in Vegas was 9, I think.
Yeah, Caesar's Palace. That's been that long. But they are working on.
I'm gonna throw some facts at you. That was Hogan's last run with the title.
Yeah, it was. So,
Yokozuna took it from him then.
So Nakattack, before we go into the movie, let's get the WrestleMania predictions out of the way for you. So I'm gonna bring up the card real quick, and we're just gonna do it quickly. I know you don't know a lot of these wrestlers, but let's just have fun with it, because that's what it's all about on this show, to have fun and just talk about stuff that we did enjoy and we still enjoy as kids and adults. So let's get to night one. All right, night one we have 7 matches, and we'll go through them quickly. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the singles. It's a singles match for the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley is currently the champion. Who wins that in your mind's eye? My video is already out, so you guys can watch that on YouTube. So Nakattack is doing his picks right here live on the show. So Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Your choice. Who wins?
I think Rhea retains the title.
Okay. All right. Next match, Gunther and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther, the longest reigning IC champion currently.
They brought the Intercontinental belt back, huh?
Oh, they've had that for a while. They've never broken that up. They've always.
Are they trying to make it? Is it important again? Because like for a while it was just like it was like nothing.
It's been important on Gunther's run because Gunther is now
back in the early '90s when Shawn Michaels had it a lot. It seemed like an important title, but now it just seems like it's faded. But sorry, I guess Gunther takes it.
Okay.
Or keeps it.
All right. So here's the thing. Our next match is a 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And here's the thing. Both titles are going to be hanging from the ring, above the ring. So there could be 2 winners in this match. There could be a Raw and a SmackDown Tag Team Champion by the end of the night. So we could have 2 champions, 1 on each brand. Maybe, possibly.
That's cool. I like that.
So here's who we have. We have the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, who are the champions. We got DIY, who is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. We got the Awesome Truth, which is the Miz and R-Truth. We have the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. We also have A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And then we also have New Catch Republic, which is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Will they be... Okay, so I'm going to let you choose 2 winners. Who are your 2 winners out of that match?
Oh, God. You threw too many names at me.
All right, well, let's just go with the names of the teams. The Judgment Day, DIY, The Awesome Truth, The New Day, A-Town Down Under, or New Catch Republic.
New Catch.
New Catch Republic? New Catch Republic? So they win both titles?
Sure.
Okay. All right. I think they're the most big underdog in this match. I think everybody else has a chance to win, but I think New Catch Republic, being that they are kind of a newer team, have a less of a chance. But we'll see tomorrow night. All right, so we got the brothers match: Jimmy Uso versus Jay Uso.
Are they doing like a heart storyline of this, or what's the deal
Well,
with that one?
the whole thing is they're part of the bloodline. They're Rock and Roman's brothers. Well, they're cousins of Roman Reigns and The Rock. So they're going. It's like a family feud. Main event Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Who's gonna get that push after this match, kind of thing going on? Even though they're both, Jimmy's still in the bloodline. Jey is out. Jey left them high and dry and went to Raw, thanks to Cody Rhodes. So that's what's going on in that match.
Oh gosh, whoever the younger one is, they'll win.
I love this. All right, 6-woman tag match, real quick. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control. Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Who wins that?
Damage Control.
All right, wow. Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Martinez. Dominic Mysterio.
Jesus Christ, Rey Mysterio is still wrestling?
Yeah, Rey
Mysterio got to be just doing like a jobber sort of thing. So the team that's not him.
Wow, it's against his son. Last year he wrestled against his son, so he's wrestling against his son and then a former tag team partner in Santos Escobar. So yeah, you never know. I had Santos and Dom winning, but
everybody stick a pin in Rey Mysterio. He's gonna come back for our Ready to Rumble discussion.
Yes. Okay. All right. We'll do. The Bloodline, The Rock and Roman versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. If Rock and Roman win, the championship match on night 2 between Cody and Roman will be held under Bloodline rules. If Rhodes and Rollins wins, all members of the Bloodline will be barred from ringside during the match tomorrow on night 2 as well. Who wins?
The first guy.
The Bloodline?
Yeah, I think that would make it more interesting night 2.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. All right. So Rock and Roman win on night 1, so that will be a Bloodline rules match in night 2. So here we go.
I'm trying to find the card myself so I can see pictures of everybody, but I'm having trouble, so I'm just gonna close that all out because it's distracting me. So
here, are you okay? Are you on the Twitch?
Continue with the book, Bill.
Are you on the Twitch? Are you on the Twitch right now? I got the card right now on Wikipedia. It's on Wikipedia, bro.
That's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep going through it. We're already almost done. So.
All right, night 2. We have 6 matches. Night 2. All right, first match, the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre.
All right, McIntyre wins. Io Sky and Bayley for the Women's Championship. WWE Women's Championship.
Who has the title?
Io Sky.
All right, I think it's gonna switch hands.
All right, Bayley's gonna win. All right. Singles match: LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
Gee, Styles still keep doing the thing.
Yeah, he is. Remember when we went to see him live?
Styles on this one. I'm gonna go with Styles on this. Styles isn't so old that he should be doing jobber stuff quite yet.
Okay, all right. We'll see about that. I like LA Knight in that one. Everybody knows that. Yeah. A triple threat match for the United States Championship. Logan Paul, who is the champion, versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Oh, that sounds like a fun match.
It's going to be a fun match. It's going to be a great triple threat match.
I think maybe Owens takes this one.
I love your choice. I hope so too, but we'll see about that when it comes down to night 2. We got a 6-man tag team Philadelphia street fight. We got the Pride, which is yes, a 6-man tag team Philadelphia street fight match. The Pride, which is Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford with B-Fab, and the Final Testament, which is Karrion Kross, Akam and Razar, who are known as the Authors of Pain, with Scarlett and Paul Ellering. Who wins that match?
All right, a quick question is, the Final Testament, are they sort of doing like the thing they did with Gangrel?
The Brood? No,
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like vampires. They are just like...
Are they like cultist characters? Is that what's
kind
going
of,
on?
yes, kind of, yes. Kind of, yes. A little bit, yes.
Okay. I love how they just kind of keep using that character like every 8 years or so, another iteration of that sort of character shows up. I'm gonna say Final Testament.
Okay, all right, and then our main event for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, we got the champion Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Does Cody Rhodes finish the story after losing it last year to Roman, not winning the championship, but having Roman retain last year? Does Cody finish the story in Philadelphia? Nakattack, your choice.
Couple questions. Is Roman still a heel?
Yes, Roman is still a heel, of course. Cody is.
How long has he had the title currently?
Roman has had the title for 1,314 days.
WrestleMania seems like a big event where that would change hands. So I think Roman's finally going to lose it here.
Cody finishes the story according to Nakattack. So guys, let us know what you think of Nakattack's choices
that he pulled it out of his ass.
Yeah. Okay, so my wife is saying Reigns, Styles, good choice, and also Reigns. She thinks Reigns is going to retain the title. She's a mark for Roman, and yeah.
Yeah, I know I said this before, but I hated Roman Reigns when he was a babyface, but I love his heel character.
Oh, you hated him in the Shield? You hated him in
when
the
he
Shield?
teamed up with Paul Heyman, I just really started liking him because he just started to seem like a real scumbag, and I was like, oh, this is a fun character now.
Dude, I've always loved Paul Heyman. Guess what? Paul Heyman's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight, right after SmackDown. So right now, it's on TV. So congratulations to Paul. You deserve it. And everyone else who's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Unfortunately, they are not inducting Bray Wyatt, which they should. Bray Wyatt, who passed away last year, unfortunately. We miss him. We have always been a fan of Bray. I've always liked Bray. And I hope he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame next year, if anything. But damn straight, my wife loves Roman. If she could cheat with anyone, that would be Roman. That's what she said. So Nakattack, great choices, great time there. I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. I wish I had more insight for everybody. It's just
hey.
I gotta go with the trends I've seen in wrestling storylines in the past. I don't really have any knowledge of the current wrestlers, unfortunately, but
Hey, you're all right. You're all right, Nakattack. Hey, doesn't matter. You've been busy. You have a life. You have 3 kids to take care of. But also, guess what? You're a champion now. So congratulations on that. By beating 3 other competitors in a tournament last week on my birthday to win the championship for our eFed on WWE 2K24. And you have a big tag match against somebody coming up on our next show with our other champion, Danielle Freak, who won the TNA championship. So
I should do as I did when I was a kid and just make like a championship belt out of cardboard.
Yeah.
And draw the thing on.
You should. And then your kids would be like, "What the hell's this, Dad?"
I'll just tell them that's my championship belt, and they'll be like, "I want a championship belt."
Yeah, and then you have to make a tag team, and then a mid card for the oldest. But make your mid card.
And I'll be like, "Well, you gotta beat me in the ring if you want it."
Yeah, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! But yeah, so yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We got a promo battle coming up later on. We want to talk about the movie now. For anyone who hasn't seen this movie, who is a wrestling fan, you're missing out. Ready to Rumble came out in 2000. Am I correct? In 2000, right?
Yep.
And this movie, in our hearts, has a special place, because we grew up watching wrestling. This movie came out for us. This was a movie basically for the fans, the diehard fans of wrestling, and it showcases of how some fans can act and some fans don't act that way. But it's great.
I guess some background context too. So the year is 2000. WCW is still around, but they're definitely starting to lose the battle against WWE. This movie was kind of a stunt by Bischoff to get more attention for WCW.
Yep.
I'm not sure it garnered any new fans, but it was definitely, like you said, it was made for wrestling fans. But I think it was also, they were also trying to attract new people to WCW.
Yes.
I don't think that quite worked, but so that's kind of the context for this film. In a way, Bischoff was ahead of his time as far as getting like his most of his staff in the movies. Like before we had Hogan, like Hogan was like the only, maybe Roddy Piper were like the two big guys that were in movies, but they weren't really doing wrestling movies per se.
Yep.
So Bischoff was like, hey, we got these guys that are acting every week. Let's get them in a big movie.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, this movie, it worked. It definitely is a movie where, like, it
works as a comedy, but I'm on the fence about it working as a sports movie.
Yeah, I don't think it's a sports movie.
Just because it kind of loses its focus as far as that plot line goes, but as a comedy, it's solid. I was still laughing at a lot of the jokes in this film.
I think you would put comedy, sports film, not a sports comedy film, for tagging it. I think it's more.
It's not Major League.
Major League is up here in the.
That's the bar for sports comedies.
Yeah, and both of them. The third one was but the first and the second one, solid fucking movies. So this is more of a comedy, but it stars David Arquette, Scott Conn, and they're two best friends who are going to Monday Night Nitro live in Cheyenne. Yes, Cheyenne, Wyoming. For anyone.
Live, baby, live.
yeah, Dak. And for anyone who doesn't know, David Arquette, did wrestle. I don't think he has wrestled since his. Well, I think he has done one more since his incident with Nick Gage. And you can watch that in the documentary Who Almost Can't Kill David Arquette or something like that. I forget what it was called, but it's out there.
He was WCW champ, wasn't he, for like a hot second?
Yes, David.
It was all to kind of promote the movie and stuff, but yeah.
But honestly, he was what some people would want to be, like that superstar, that fan that would go out and be a wrestler and do that. I mean, honestly, Arquette was, he wrestled he made his first appearance in 2000 on April 12th on episode of Thunder, and he did a lot then, and then he won the championship. Let's see.
Here, let's get some context for David Arquette at the time. Like at the time, David Arquette was shit at the time. Like he was who's the guy in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, like he was basically the Chris Pratt of the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
He's I guess his breakout role was in the first Scream movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what made him huge. And then he did a couple comedies. I think this is probably the best starring vehicle he was in.
Yeah.
He had some other ones that were okay, but I think Eight-Legged Freaks might be the other one that's also pretty awesome.
Yes, my wife loves that movie.
It was kind of, and I gotta say, like David Arquette was. I was worried his shtick wouldn't hold up, but I was laughing at a lot of his antics in this film. So David Arquette, still a funny guy. He's not around so much anymore. He was in Scream 5. I think he got killed off in that one.
Yes, he did. Yes. Dewey got killed. Yes. Officer Dewey.
I don't remember why David Arquette kind of faded away a little bit, but but around this time, like he was definitely like as huge as Chris Pratt is now.
Yep. In 2018, he wrestled Nick Gage, who was just wrestling at Joey Janela's Spring Break here. He wrestled Nick Gage in a death match at Joey Janela's LA Confidential match. During the match, he suffered a severe cut in the neck, causing him to bleed profusely. After the match, he went to the hospital and was operated on. Arquette later stated that he was done with death matches. So, yeah. So, he did wrestle. His last match was actually July 31st, 2020, at a match in Burbank, California. So he's done with wrestling, but
Okay, well, like I said, that's like I didn't know he was doing that. I guess he is a legit fan.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
he's just like Freddie Prinze Jr. Big fan of wrestling. Also, Freddie Prinze did work for WWE as a writer behind the scenes. So a lot of Hollywood.
I didn't know this. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Now dude, you're learning a lot on this show. I knew you would. So a lot of the people that are in Hollywood, there's a lot of wrestling fans in Hollywood. I mean, Ron Funch is a wrestling fan. He wrestled at GCW 2 years ago, I believe. I think it was 2 years ago. I can't remember, but yes. And I know like a lot of wrestling a lot of people go to WWE and are Hollywood stars. I mean, look at The Rock. Rock's back at WrestleMania. He's Hollywood. They had Wale Mania last night in Philadelphia. They had like a lot of Hollywood people there. You know, a lot of rappers, hip hop artists were there, and just a lot of people were going to Philadelphia definitely for WrestleMania this weekend. So I'm excited for that. But back to Ready to Rumble. Ready to Rumble. I mean, I don't know where to start with the movie because it's been out for a while. But
I'll just give the basic plot outline.
Go
So
ahead.
basically, Gordy and Sean are our two lovable main characters who go on a quest to help save disgraced wrestler Jimmy King, who's a fictional wrestler that Oliver Pratt plays in this film.
I will
And he's supposed
rule
to be like-
you.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like the biggest wrestler. He's like the Stone Cold Steve Austin of this fictional WCW
What?
universe, but
What?
totally different character. Like he seems more like complete babyface, not like an anti-hero like
Yes.
Austin is.
He's a babyface.
But
Yes.
then they find out Jimmy King's not the hero he's portrayed to be, and Sean, Gordy, and Jimmy all go on a journey of growth throughout the film, and there's a lot of polarity that ensues, and eventually everyone grows as a character. As far as that goes, it has a solid character arcs,
Mhm.
and that's your basic plot. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's just they wanted to make a funny comedy with some good characters in the pro wrestler setting.
Definitely, and I mean honestly, all the wrestlers. I mean, you also have Rose McGowan in it, which is great. She plays the heel, like the kind of like the Smurfette of the group, where she's like positioned with the guys to like.
Well, actually, they kind of joke and kind of make her like Oko Ono.
Yeah,
she's
Yoko
kinda
Ono.
like-
Yes, Yoko Ono.
Yeah, we try to make sort of corrupt Gordy or get Gordy to make bad decisions, and we find out why.
Yep, because
Well, spoilers. This is an over 20-year-old movie,
yes,
but
Well,
and it's a
because-
comedy. It's not like some major plot twist or anything that you don't see coming a mile away. But
well, you have Richard Lineback as no, that's Gordy's husband. You got Martin Landau as Sal Bandini. You have Joe Pantoliano, who plays the boss in Bad Boys. Before this, he plays Titus Sinclair, who is the bad guy promoter, kind of like the Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo
and
guy.
he is great.
Yes.
Like watching this film now, like I appreciate his acting performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was just brilliant casting, having him as the scummy pro wrestling promoter.
Yeah, he definitely he killed it. I mean, honestly, that's one of the reasons why I love this movie. The acting and the actors that are chosen to be in this movie. I mean, hell, you have Caroline Ray, who plays Eugenia King, who's Jimmy the King's ex-wife. She's great in that. Ahmed
Basically
Zappa.
a cameo because she's only in for like 2 scenes, but yeah, they're both memorable.
Ahmed Zappa, who plays the cashier. Smells like butt.
It seems
Ew.
great. Oh, that gag that gag still holds up. I was laughing so hard at that.
And I mean all the wrestlers that are in this movie. I mean, honestly, you got Bill Goldberg, Diamond Dallas Page. You got Sting. It's Sting. I can't do that. Tony Schiavone would kill me. I can't do that. Booker T,
All right,
Randy Savage. Go ahead.
I'm gonna grab that pin I talked about. You also get to see an unmasked Rey Mysterio
Yeah.
during the Nitro match, the first Nitro match, just to kind of show
Yeah.
off the wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, he was unmasked in WCW. He has not been unmasked in WWE. Unbelievable. I mean, honestly,
No, it's fine. I got nothing against him
no,
choosing that for his,
I
for his
don't
character or
either.
anything.
I don't either, but yeah, like, you know, the way they went with WCW, like people that watched WCW back in the day, like we both did. We remember him being part of like the group with Booker T and them. I can't remember the name, but it's like how when Shane Helms was part of 3 Count, but also then he became Gregory Helms and the Hurricane in WWE, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, hell of a load of wrestlers. I mean, there's so many in there. Randy Savage, one of his last gigs in there of a movie.
Yeah. I also read John Cena is in the background of the scene where they're in the gym with Goldberg. So even John Cena's in it, like a very, very young John Cena.
Yeah, I just saw that on the Wikipedia. I'm like, I didn't know that. That's crazy. I have to go back and watch that. I need to go, like, that's an Easter egg I did not know about.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine at the time, like, he must have been doing, like, farm league wrestling sort of stuff, like, with WCW. So
Okay.
they're like, hey, we need some bodies for this scene, so, like, you guys, do this.
Yeah, or whatever. I mean, honestly, it's crazy. But, so...
Yeah, I also read, too, real quick, that at one point, Eric Bischoff wanted to play Titus Sinclair, and I'm glad they didn't go that route. Because even though that would have been fun, but I thought it would have just been a little too much on the nose for what they were doing with that role. So
yeah, it would have been too much kayfabe. It would have been weird to have him. I think. I think it would not work. I mean, honestly, a lot of would be like, oh, this is just a movie based on WCW. It's not. It's kind of is, but it's not anymore. I mean, yeah, they used WCW.
Well, it is because at the time this was a promotion for WCW at the time.
Yeah, but it works as a movie. I mean, if you put like Eric Bischoff in, it wouldn't. I don't think it would. I honestly think, like you said, it would be too much on the nose, and it'd be like, okay, why isn't this storyline panning out in real life? Why isn't Alora Platt actually wrestling in WCW? so,
yeah.
So, go ahead, Nakattack. I mean, honestly, you want me to tell you right now what I finally think of what would be a sequel? Is that what you want me to tell you now? I will.
No. We'll keep talking about it a little bit. We'll wait till we're done with the film proper. But also, I love how they set up Jimmy King. Like Jimmy King is a great fictional character as far as a wrestler goes. Like back in the day, like I used to, whenever I got a wrestling game, I would always make Jimmy King as a character and give him the finishing crown moveset and stuff. Like it was so much fun, and Oliver Platt plays it perfectly.
Did you? I mean, since you do have WWE 2K, I think 14, you said, on the PS3, did you make him yet?
No, God, I barely have time to play that one.
Yeah, I know. You're busy with, all these other JRPGs that you're playing and stuff. So it's all good. So Nakattack, this movie, it definitely brings in to where the wrestling community was in 2000, and now we're 24 years later, and with the internet that we have now and the growth of wrestling talk online and like the multitude of podcasts, I don't know if this movie would be the way it was today if it was made. I think it would be totally different. I mean, it would kind of be like,
yeah. Well, I guess a good example is this is why like the Iron Claw is out now. Like that's the type of wrestling movie that needs to be made now, because like we know a lot of like really dark shit that was going on that even in the 2000s it wasn't quite publicly known.
Yeah.
But like now, like a lot of people know about a lot of the shit going on behind the scenes that happened, especially around that period and stuff.
Yeah, and look at the stuff that Vince got in trouble for recently, and
yeah, I mean this movie hints at some of the shadier stuff that goes on, but it's still played for fun.
Yeah,
because it's comedy. But
yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to say. Like, it's definitely like, it wouldn't be a comedy. It would be kind of like the Iron Claw, or kind of like the Vice's Dark Side of the Ring storylines going on.
Or even Aronofsky's The Wrestler. That dove into some deeper stuff too.
Yeah, dude, the wrestler with
Dark stuff, I mean.
dude, that was a great movie.
It was very good. Yeah.
Mickey Rourke, solid acting, because that was his like comeback movie, and then he's like back down the hill now, like up, poop, like I don't know. I think so. I haven't watched any of his other movies since then, but yeah, I mean honestly, I'm gonna say this movie holds up for me because I like the laughs, I enjoy it. I mean, there's certain things like you said, like John Cena's now in the movie that I didn't know about. I never knew that Easter egg existed, but I will have to go back and look at that in the gym. Maybe it's a joke, maybe because you can't see him. I don't know. I have no clue if it's real.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even. It's only an Easter egg now because he's famous, but
Yeah.
it's just a weird fact where like, hey, this guy who was a nobody that was sort of in a farm league for wrestling was in the background then.
Yeah, which is interesting. But yeah, I mean the movie holds up for me. It hasn't lost any of its likability for me because I always thought that this movie was hilarious. I mean, I'll watch it. Like, I always bring it up with my wife. I'm like, I need to watch this movie. I haven't seen this movie in a while. But now that I watched it, I mean, it's going to be another while since I watch it again. But in my mind's eye, it holds up. It holds up as a comedy. It holds up that there's so many things they could do with a sequel, like years later. Like, they could have his kids wrestling or whatever. But, like, you know, like a lot of the actors in this movie, kind of the, you know, some of the older actors that were in it are no longer with us. But there's so much they can do with it as a sequel. I mean, honestly, if they're making a
the movie mostly holds up for me, but there are like a couple jokes that I wish weren't in there, like when Sean refers to something as being gay as it being bad because it's gay. Like, I was like, oh, come on, movie.
Yeah, I know. That was.
It only happens once, but it's still there, and it's just like, I mean, and again, a product of its time. That was normal back then. I made stupid jokes like that back then.
We all
didn't know any better.
We all did.
Kid.
We all did. We were all 15.
It doesn't make it right, but
No.
I mean, I know better now.
Yeah, I mean, geez.
I mean, it's funny, but I just want to point that out. Like, that's in there.
Yeah, but does one wrong joke ruin the entire movie? Okay.
No, because I mean, you got to take it in context for the time it was, and like, again, it doesn't make it right, but it's like when the F words dropped in an '80s film. I'm not talking about fuck, but the other one.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, it's just the '80s. It's just how people talk back then. You know, it doesn't necessarily ruin the movie. It just makes it a product of its time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly.
And also, I had a question for you,
Yep.
and I'm curious. I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't find any information about it. But it seems like there might have been a subplot in this film that was completely cut, where maybe Sean was the one that was eventually going to go to police academy. And the one clue I have is the one scene when they first meet Eugenia, sorry, however you say her name, and Sean's the one that starts whipping out a notepad and asking investigative questions like a police officer. Like, that should have been what Gordy would be doing. It's like, because Gordy has that background with his family being police officers. So I just thought,
True.
Hey, I wonder if there was like some subplot where Sean was actually going to be accepted by his family and maybe take police academy. But the ending didn't really pan out that way. I'm just, maybe at some point that was in the script and that one scene just kind of stayed for whatever reason.
Maybe it was just like, okay, Gordy really doesn't want to do this. So
yeah, that one scene just kind of stuck out to me. I was like, that's kind of odd. Like, why didn't those characters just switch dialogue for that scene? Because it would have made more sense based on what we knew up to that point.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I was like, maybe there was some subplot that was cut because the movie's like already over 90 minutes, and that's running long for this type of movie. So, but whatever. That's just a weird one. And I was texting you about this too. I was like, this movie also has a weird 4-act structure.
Yeah, it does.
So you got the first act is the point up to where they meet Jimmy King.
Yeah.
Then the second act is the point up to where they train with Jimmy King, and then they leave back to their home state. And then you got the separate training montage there, where they're on the farm and stuff, and then you finally have the final act with the big match against Diamond Dallas Page.
Yep.
Structured a little weird for one of these types of movies.
It definitely was. I mean, they added a little bit more than they should have probably, but
like you can definitely see like boom, dividing line, act. Like normally there's 3 acts in a film, and this one definitely has 4 acts.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does. I mean, and you being the writer on the side of things, and me just a watcher and opinionated person on movies somewhat, I wouldn't have noticed that. I would have just been like, okay, yeah. This is
just watching this as an older, more knowledgeable person, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Like I never noticed like the film was structured that way before.
Yeah, I mean, but in the end, the movie, encapsulate what a wrestling fan wants: the good conquering the hill, the face conquering the hill, the good guys winning. And
I definitely recommend this movie if you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah, the match.
I can't recommend it for everybody. If you're not a wrestling fan, there's some jokes you'll enjoy. I think you would love the first 15 minutes, but after that, if you're not a wrestling fan, there's not so many laughs that are for the general audience. But if you're a wrestling fan, definitely highly recommend watching Ready to Rumble.
Yes. So let's delve into it. Let's get our final rating and then get my thoughts on what a sequel would be, and then let's have a promo battle just for the fuck of it. I don't think anyone's here watching, but if anyone's here,
I'm super tired. So
V-Dub, thanks for watching on YouTube. Thanks, bro. How you been on the YouTube? If you're out there still watching, we're also live on Twitch. Thank you for watching us on the YouTube. I'm sorry I missed your comments there. We've been talking more and more and not watching the comments, but thank you, V-Dub Productions. Go vote on his NCAA poll so you guys can choose which team he will be in the new game when it comes out later this year. So there you go, V-Dub. There's your shout out and your promotion of your channel. I love you, bro. So let's get into it. My final rating is a 5 out of 5. It's still a solid movie on the rankings of I'd watch it again, I'd laugh again, and I'd enjoy that match because I know the outcome, but the match is awesome. The ending of the match, the little pull away to where Rose McGowan gets hit by the ladder, and just everything, just the way Gordy comes into the ring with the motorcycle and just I don't know. It's a solid 10 out of 10 for me. 5 out of 5. Nakattack, your rating on the movie?
It's a 3.5 for me.
Oh yeah? Why?
I enjoyed watching it. No, I enjoyed watching it. It's I don't think everybody would love it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said, the film's structured a little weird, but I still very much liked it, and I wouldn't mind watching it again. But it's not like something I'm gonna like oh, I gotta watch that again.
Yeah.
It's another year. I gotta watch Ready to Rumble again.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
One of those movies where like if I happen to come across it on TV, I will stick around till the commercial break.
So more of a 4 then? More than a 4? Would it be a 4?
No, it's 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
3.5.
Okay. All right. Well, anyone who's watching this, let us know your thoughts on the movie in the comments on YouTube or also in the Twitch channel at any time, or hit us up on Twitter, myself, the TightSpot, or also Nakattack at Nakattack, but also he's on Blue Sky if you guys have that. So hit him up on Blue Sky.
Take me there because I'm going less and less on Twitter because it's just a shithole.
Yeah, it is. I've seen a lot of shit on Twitter. It's like, dude, really? Why is this all shit? But so Nakattack posed the question: if there was a sequel to Ready to Rumble, what would happen? I personally did not tell him what I would have as a sequel. Nakattack does have an answer. He has it written down on text. If he wants,
proposed sequel would have taken place like just a year or two after the film, not like now.
yeah. So yeah, mine. Okay, so I'm gonna read Nakattack's real quick. Let me get Nakattack's message up here. Where is it? Where's that?
Racia.
I got it.
I sort of remember what I said, and I know I had a more clear thoughts when I was giving them to you.
You said. Okay, all right. Okay. His pitch for Ready to Rumble 2 would incorporate a Neo storyline that puts Shawn and Gordy on opposite sides, with the McMahon Bischoff masterminds leading the factions, would culminate with a Gordy versus Shawn title bout. Oh, NWO.
Right. Yeah, I wanted to incorporate
NWO.
the invasion storyline.
Yeah, NWO. A retired Jimmy King will work to bring them together, kind of a reversal of rules from the first film. Okay, I kind of like that idea. We kind of did see like it via the invasion in real life with everybody else from WWE and WCW and ECW combining together with the invasion. That would work. Mine would, however, kind of be like what already happened in real life as well. I mean, honestly, David Arquette did go on to a wrestling career. He did become champion. He did wrestle in Independence.
When would yours take place? Like mine's like my sequel was okay. Ready to Rumble was a huge hit. We want that sequel right away. Like that would have been my pitch for okay. Here's what happens right away next.
Mine
is yours like a sequel that would come out today or? Mine
would be like a year or two later as well, because honestly, I think it would be like Gordy wouldn't be married, but Shawn would be married right now. Shawn would be married to the fast food girl. They'd probably have a kid. But also Shawn and Gordy would be wrestling, and like Gordy really wants to continue wrestling, but Shawn wants to retire because he wants to become a family man, kind of thing. But Gordy pulls him back, and then Gordy or Shawn turns heel on him, kind of, and
or maybe he starts sort of making like the mistakes Jimmy made.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, something like that. I mean, anything is possible. I mean, it's Hollywood, you know? We've seen a lot of shit come out, but this wouldn't be a shitty sequel, because honestly, I think, like, you would pull in a lot of the WWE guys now, like WWF, like, not today's, but, like, back in that era, bring in some of those guys, because honestly, you would have the brand split already with WCW, maybe in it, because honestly, like, okay, so here's the thing. You kind of would have you would have Shawn or Gordy go to WWE, and then somebody sticks around WCW. Maybe Gordy sticks at WCW, and Shawn goes to WWE, and somehow, like, Gordy feels like he's been the better worker, the better, like, person, and deserves a better spot, and goes to WWE, and wins the title against Shawn or something like that. So there's so many.
God, at this point, you would have to put Chris Jericho in the movie, right?
Yeah, Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of rock and roll, would be a part of it. I mean, honestly, why not? Yeah, and maybe
guy just as charismatic as The Rock.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things to do with this movie. But yeah, It just flabbergasts to me how much you could do with this, because honestly with wrestling there's so many possibilities, and we're finding out
with the pour one out for the sequels that never were.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have anything to drink right now. I have a water. Shit, I can drink this. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm drinking.
But yeah,
right, man, it's 11 o'clock. Let's start wrapping up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. You got to go to bed. I got to go to work in an hour and a half or so. But yeah, no beer. I'm drinking a water. Wifey. I'm drinking a water. I love you, Danya. Thanks for watching. And anyone else who's been tuned in, thank you. Anyone who's been lurking, I love you guys. But yeah, so Nakattack, you have an announcement. What is our next movie? Go ahead.
Oh, we're gonna watch 1% Warrior, Tak Sakaguchi action flick. And if you're not familiar with Tak Sakaguchi's movies, you're gonna be in for a treat if you watch this one with us. It's on Hoopla.
I've never seen it.
So,
never seen any of his movies.
Oh, they're great.
All right, so I'm in for a treat.
Which one would I recommend you start with? Maybe.
So I have to watch 2 movies now.
No, I'm just trying to think like what would be a good one of his to start with. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that. But Tak Sakaguchi's movies are very fun.
Okay.
They are
all right.
Japanese, so there are going to be subtitles and stuff. So I
Yay!
know that's not everybody's thing, but
Subtitles.
the action in his movies is insane.
Subtitles. Yes. Love it.
Oh, Battlefield Baseball. That's probably a good one to start with his filmography.
Okay. Battlefield
That's
Baseball.
that's also a sports comedy sort of.
Battlefield Baseball. I don't know. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. So guys, April 19th is our next show. God damn, that's far away. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a promo battle. I think Nakattack's too tired for that. But yeah, the promo battle's been cut. I apologize for anyone who was looking for me to do a promo on Nick or Nakattack. God damn, I said you. Yeah, you say my name.
About who wants to go to bed first.
Yeah, who wants to go to bed? All right, we want to both go to bed.
I'm more tired.
I want to go to bed for another hour and a half so I can go to work. Danya says, "Good to see you, Nak. Hope family is not driving you nuts. Hi to Lauren." So there you go. That's it.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, I think the kids are driving you nuts. We already know that. I already know that for a fact with our chats that we've had off air. But I want to say thank you guys for all tuning in. I know a lot of more people were going to tune in, but they've all probably fell asleep and all that. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in for another great episode of TightSpots Lounge. This has actually been one of the most episodes where I didn't have to pull Nakattack's video back up because Nakattack's video has been perfect the entire time and hasn't like froze or gone off air or gone gray. Yeah. Mine, however,
I think uninstalling Discord and reinstalling it actually fixed a lot of whatever was going on.
Yeah, mine caused a lot. Mine definitely fucked up and messed up. But we are gonna go. I think we're gonna go over.
Tear into it.
Hold on. I want to see if he's still live so I can go over to him because he's watching MMA right now. So we're gonna do that. We are gonna do that. We are going over to Danielle Freak. He is live right now with some MMA watch along. So we're going to go over there. I want to thank everybody for joining us this week for another great episode. We'll be back in 2 weeks for 1% Warrior. 1% Warrior, correct? Is that what's 1% Warrior live from Hoopla? You guys can watch that, or you can watch Battlefield Baseball and then watch 1% Warrior.
I don't know where that's streaming. I have a DVD of that one.
Okay, so maybe you can't watch that. But guys, until then, I will roll you. Go follow us on the socials. You know where to find us. Also, guys, if you're big WWE fans, the link is in the chat right now. We do have a partnership with WWE Shop. You can buy your favorite wrestlers merch from us on the WWE Shop Zone, and give us a little kickback from that as well. So, love you guys. Have a great night. Enjoy WrestleMania. Go watch my YouTube video. Nakattack's choices are here on YouTube as well on this video. But I love you guys. Have a great night. Nakattack, deuces. Anything else you want to say before you go?
Just, be cool. Treat everybody like you know them.
All right. Love y'all. Peace.